Hey guys, we got another Doom of Fools podcast today. One of the best CDH casters of all time, probably the voice of CDH. We got a Shawnee, better known as the Jamaican dude. What's up, man? How you doing?
What it is. What's good, Broski? How you doing?
Man, I'm so great. I'm super fucking excited to have you on, dude. You are one of the best since day one. I think you're every podcast I listen to, I feel like you're in my head now. You're everywhere. Just look up Jamaican dude. I wouldn't Google it, but I would just on YouTube look up Jamaican dude, and you'll see some crazy things. He knows.
And
He knows everything.
if you Google it and find me, hell, send me a screenshot. I made it.
Yeah, we're just talking about that. He's not on video, but there's plenty of Jamaican dude on the internet. I'll put 80 pictures just right next to me talking. He's all over the place. So hey man, let's get to know you a little bit. When and how'd you get into Magic?
Ooh, get into Magic. I got into Magic, I want to say 2015, 2016. Concert Tarkir, I think is when I got in. Okay. I started out playing Standard. It was the time of 4-color rhinos that was dominating Standard at that time. Abs and rhinos. And then it was Collected Company was like the next go-to Standard modern degenerate thing to do. And then that cycle rotated. And I was like, I can't buy back into another modern set, like another Standard set. Like I lost all my Gideons, I lost all of that. I did a sellout in time to buy the new things. I didn't know the cycle of Magic yet, so
yeah,
all my cards plummeted, and I'm like, yeah, I can't reinvest into another, best deck. So
8 years later,
the next exactly? So, what's the next best thing to do? And EDH was becoming a thing. When I joined it, there wasn't a go-to content creation group yet. I was doing Skype when we played webcam over Skype. Yeah, I've been around for a minute. We did webcam over Skype, and that was when I started doing CDH over webcam. Then I got into Discord, and I met I was in I kind of remember the group now.
2016, right? No,
2016. It was a laboratory meeting. It was a C. I can't remember the name of the group. Someone will tell me the name of the Discord.
Yeah.
But it was Labman. It was Laboratory Maniacs. Those were the big content creation group at that time. And I met Scotty's Scoots. Everyone should know me and Scoots been in the booth from the birth of webcam tournaments.
Scoots.
So that's where I met Scoots. I met, to me, the godfather of webcam, Timmy T1000. He was the guy who kind of frontiered the whole webcam. He did before Spell Table, we were doing, oh my goodness, Zoom. We were doing Zoom calls. And he was the guy who got the whole Zoom meeting, talked to the people, got a plan going. And that's how we played webcam. And that was the birth of Nexus. CDH Nexus. And Nexus was the boogeyman because the mod team, we were all about like cultivating the scene. And you got to know what you were doing, and you got to play 30 days on a so-called database deck, because we didn't want people to come in with their scrub, their casual mono white Voltron deck and call it CDH. So yeah, we kind of had a very strict politic, and a lot of people hated it. People were like, "Oh, they're gatekeeping,"
Yeah.
and da 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 da. But at the end of the day, it was a play group. If you didn't want to join, if you didn't go by the rules, then don't join the play
They're
group.
trying to play the game.
So that was our big stick, and
I love it.
that was how it all started, man.
Give me all the stories. I love OG.
Oh yeah, I
stories.
can give you the stories.
Oh, I love
People
it.
can know, like, I guess they called us the old guard now. I was part of the spleen face era.
Okay.
The oh my goodness, Flash Hulk. Flash Hulk was a thing.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about
I
Flash a
can't
little
remember.
later.
I can't remember all the names that was thing, but when a card got spoiled, Shaper Savant. When something got spoiled and if Shaper didn't build it, it wasn't the thing to do.
Mhm.
He was like the guru of deck building.
Really?
And yeah, that was when everything started. We were playing
2016.
Fair Magic back then.
Yeah, Fair Magic Flash Hulk.
Of course, listen, man. We had Laboratory Maniac. Was our win condition. There wasn't no Sauces Oracle Underworld Breach. We gotta put empty library on the stack. Hope you don't have a kill spell.
Yeah.
That was our magic.
That reminds me of my first CDH game. I go swamp past, and they go for the win, and they cast Thassa's Oracle, and they're like, "Oh, we just lose here." I'm like, "No, I got it, guys." So I go for the throat in my mono black Turgor deck. I go for the Thoracle, and I'm like, "I got it! Yay, I did it! I removed it!" And they're like, "Okay, cool. Do I win the game?" And I was like, "What? I didn't understand triggers. I didn't understand any of that."
Right? No, it was a learning.
Oh,
it was a learning thing.
That's
I remember.
so funny.
I remember when I first learned how the stack work and passing priority. Normally, you just, if a spell go on the stack, whoever felt like demolishing that person jump in and play the spell. But no, Magic is so complicated and technical. It's fun. It what keeps me still here.
Right. So are you just pretty much just a caster full time now? Do you tournament grind?
So I started out casting for the longest time, and I think this last year, the end of last year, I started playing some tournaments. My first big tournament was the Boil 1.
Oh wow.
That was my first big tournament that I didn't do any casting, but since then I've just been, working the events.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, that was my first big tournament, and I'm like, this is so more stressful than being in the booth. I have to worry about my winning ends and performing well, and instead of I can just sit back and trash talk people. That's sounds so more or less stressful.
I love when you call it out. Like you call everything out. You're like, yeah, they should do this, this, and this, and then they do that, and you're like, yep, figured. It's like, why aren't you playing, Jamaican dude? You're
right. Why am I not playing? Because multiplayer is hard.
yeah, multiplayer is hard. Oh, that's so funny. I got to get into it. What's your all-time favorite deck? Come on, is
the deck all-time favorite deck of all?
No, like CDH deck.
Oh, okay. Sadly, it's not viable anymore. But the deck that was close to me, that I guess, made me who I was the Get Rock Monster.
The Get Rock. I thought it was gonna be like Nadu or TNT or something.
No, TNT was not my rock. My jam was the Froggy Boy. I played the frog for consistent 3 years, in and out.
I still don't understand the loop.
No, truthfully.
Just let me know when we die, bro. Just let me know.
Exactly. Yeah. Some people want you to explain it. I'm like, I can explain it. I can play it out.
I have anything better to do. Do you guys have any interaction?
Get your phone out. No, that was my favorite thing when someone said, how do you die? I won't scoop. I'm like, oh boy, we're gonna be here for the next 20 minutes, and I'm gonna
Ah.
take my time. You know,
You asked for it.
you exactly.
May-
I'm like, I explained it to you. You didn't want to scoop. Then we're here. We're here to spend quality time with each other.
That's so funny. So maybe the Get Rog's back. Maybe. No, maybe
I don't know. I
J
don't know.
Lotus. No.
That's the thing, right?
Yeah.
Say the banning of JLo killed so many French decks.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
tough, but
Yeah, my main deck Tevish Crom, I had to put it up in the shelf.
listen, I don't even know why that deck was good anyways. That was 10 mana in the command
It
zone.
didn't matter. That was
I
never a
respect it.
problem. Never an
I
issue.
respect.
I got my slab Tevish right here.
Oh
He's
man,
in the dumpster, but it's all right. He'll make a comeback. So let's get into it a little bit. So the meta, time of this recording, it's the Friday, 4 days after the big thing. Dockside, Nadu, JLo, and Mana Crypt. Obviously, everybody's talking about it, but I
absolutely.
don't know if you've done any podcasts yet.
No,
I didn't
not
see.
since then.
Oh no, you did with Max P. I think the day.
Yeah,
Yeah. So other than
that
that,
was
I would love to get your opinion maybe on my podcast, maybe some people that haven't heard it yet. Like, what do you think overall about the banding? Do you think, hey guys, like it's okay, shrug it off, it's gonna be okay? Do you think it's really bad? Like what's your initial thoughts of we've had about a week to digest it.
I agree with the bannings.
Oh wow.
I don't agree with all the cards they banned, but I agree with the overall selection.
Okay.
Dark Side had to go. Even though it killed Corvold, even though it killed a few decks like Dumpster them,
Yeah, yeah.
Dark Side was so it was such a catch-up mechanic
Mm,
that didn't punish greed.
mm-hmm,
Like you could kept the 3 cards hand that said land dark side payoff spell.
mm-hmm,
And all you're waiting for is another land drop somewhere to get a second mana if the dark side made enough to play the Adnos, and you could win games just from that play pattern.
mm-hmm,
And dark side enables that. No, it doesn't. No, people, it was a very good crutch. Now you need to learn how to add nulls after tapping out going to 0 mana. You
mm-hmm.
can't just look for the dark side to bail you out.
So maybe it's gonna be
You
more
know,
skill intensive. Yeah.
yeah, you can't look for the mana crypt to bail you out to go, oh, I still have fast mana. I have this crypt into this soaring into this grim. You don't have that anymore. So
Mm-hmm,
now you need to be more. Since then, I've seen so many Adnos pass
mm-hmm,
and people just die because they're just used to main phase in these Nas. You're always gonna get somewhere to play your dark side, and
mm-hmm.
then you can't just get the easy win. And I
Okay.
and I enjoy that. Turn one, no, granted, turn one ristic studies are not gone, but they're not as consistent
Mana Crypt. That was my
with
biggest hit
mana crypt on.
was Mana Crypt. I didn't understand the Mana Crypt because that's why I wanted to play this format. But again,
Yeah,
I'm okay. It's gonna be all right.
I don't think the JLo needed to get hit. I think the JLo just as a
Mm-hmm.
commander centric piece, it was just for your commanders. I don't know why JLo got the hit, personally.
Yeah.
It made so many French decks possible, and they kind
Mm-hmm.
of just dumpster a lot of those decks.
Well, kind of pooped on
Um,
Crom a little bit, right? T and K.
all right, TNT, Niv Mizzet, Get Rog, Malcolm decks. There
Mm.
were so many decks that are just now.
Sisei, Najila. It goes on and on.
Sensei fine. Sensei is fine. A lot of people think Sensei is dead.
Yeah.
Someone was saying Rocco was dead. I'm like, no, these decks are not dead. You just know don't get to go. Oh, my opponents are greedy. They're going to play this 7 mana artifacts,
Mm-hmm.
worth of artifacts turn 2, and you just get to win from the dark side. Now you need to develop your dorks, your big mana dorks, but you still have the same win.
Okay.
Sensei is fine.
Okay, yeah. I kind of get that now with Dockside. Now people can use their skill. Now skill-based players, that put the work in, the time, and they don't just lose because a new guy casted a Dockside, is what you're saying.
Exactly.
So hey, now actually, let's put our brewing caps on, right? Let's play this format.
Let's put our brewing caps on. Let's let's sequence. Let's learn how to
Yeah.
get back to the roots of Magic.
Yeah.
Get in
Yeah.
sequence your spells correctly,
Okay.
play the game correctly, and then um get that W, get the dub for playing
Mhm.
the game correctly, not just
Yeah.
spiking.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, I like that. See the glass half full type deal. What about Nadu? Do you think she? I
nah,
know you love the bird, man.
my bird didn't need the band, bro. I was cooking with the bird,
I was.
and my bird caught the band.
I don't know, man. 2 months and it was already a top 3, top 4 deck.
That's okay though. That's okay. Simic needed something, bro.
Yeah, I don't know
Simic
because
needed something that wasn't
the
killing.
problem though, like the bird and casual was ripping apart casual. I think that
Was
was the
it
issue.
though? Was
How
it?
do you play that deck casual? Like it's the same cards except the counter spells, right? Shuko,
True.
Lightning Grease,
You
Huge
cannot play that
Storm.
card casually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I see. Okay, I think that card is probably one of the most busted cards we've ever seen. Like
It
period
was pretty strong.
throughout
Yeah.
Magic, right? Maybe not CDH, but the best modern deck ever statistically, right?
Yeah.
It's already a deck in Legacy. It's getting banned everywhere else. Like, but as CDH, I'm with it. Like, hey, we got a top 10 deck. It's annoying to play against, but it's a good deck. I didn't necessarily understand that, but I want to get
I didn't think it.
I
Yeah.
I know you love Nadu, but I want to get your
Uh,
head about. Let's talk about Mana Crypt a little bit. Does that slow down the format or like a lot? Do you think it's it's
I think
good?
Mana Crypt. I don't know if it's. I think the combination of Mana Crypt and Dockside maybe slows down a half a turn.
Okay,
I don't know if it's a full turn,
yeah.
but I think maybe a half a turn because you know those games where you're like, oh, I have this vampire tutor. All right, let me look at the board. The dark side makes 5. Let's go get this dark side to code to progress my game plan.
Mm-hmm.
No, you don't have that. Or you can say, oh, I have this turn touristic study if I Imperial Seal for this mana crypt.
Yeah.
No, that's not really truthfully an option anymore.
Turn 1 Ristic Studies.
Turn 1 Ristic study needs a little more things. No, you're going to play into the mind break trap a little more
Mm-hmm.
because you need to play the extra spells.
Mm-hmm.
I Mana Crypt took the consistency out of the degenerate hands.
Mm-hmm.
Those degenerate keeps that you would have done, those really mana intensive win on turn 1 hands, are now not as consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm okay with that.
Okay. Yeah, I still don't know how I feel about Mana Crypt. I see a shrink tomorrow. We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna cry, but we're all right. We're okay. So
Were you? So I don't know. Maybe I was a little different. I didn't really tutor Mana Crypt a lot,
really, I just feel like Mana
but
Crypt's our soul ring for casual. You know what I mean?
I agree. I
That's
agree.
one of
But
the cards, right? It's just for me.
that one of the cards is why you play CDH was Mana Crypt.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It kind of stings. Dockside, I understood. Dockside's fucking broken. How it survived this long, right?
But yeah, no, you're right.
Sorry.
I think Mana Crypt was one of those cards that was, as you said, the reasons to play CDH. It was Mana Crypt, Mox Diamond, Mana Vault, all those super fast rocks. And
Mm.
maybe with Mana Crypt gone, a lot of people are like, okay, if you ban Mana Crypt, ban the rest of the 0 mana rocks. I'm like, hold on, it's not that serious. Mana Crypt just was 0 mana make 2 mana.
Yeah.
It enables a little bit more. Lotus Petal, Mox Diamond, you need a 2-for-1 yourself. Mana Crypt is not on the same level as those other cards.
Right, right. Yeah, Mox Opal got probably a little worse, right?
Yeah, because now you don't have the Metalcraft to get online. Like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I got you.
Now for the people who invested into it, um, that is a tough beat there. I definitely agree with that. The LGS owners that owned multiple mana crypts lost a lot of investment on that. But
Mm-hmm. Do you know why we didn't get a heads up? Like I was thinking, hey guys,
I don't
maybe
know why.
the first of the first of 2025, January 1st, this is going to be the bands. Let's prepare for this. Not just
It hit.
boom, wake up on a Monday. Here's the bands. Holy shit!
It wasn't even wake up on a Monday. It was like couple days to go. We got a post that it was pretty much that we don't care about CDH.
Right.
Do your own thing. Rule zero, rule zero, rule zero. That was like the big push from the RC. Like rule zero yourself. Govern your own playgroup. That's why we have rule zero.
Yeah.
And then a couple of days after, they're like, "Oh, here you go. We're now here to help you guys ban these cards." Like, how do you go for rule zero to know
Dude,
banning cards, bro? Like, what's up?
I thought it was a joke. My buddy that
I thought it was a joke too. Someone posted it and they're like, I'm like, okay, is there jokes like somewhere in the fine print that I need to read?
ha ha ha. And then I saw it everywhere, and then my Discord froze. It was like, brrrr. I was like, oh my god, I'm getting off the internet. Can you imagine? I think it posted around like 11. Can you imagine taking a nap at like 10 and waking up at 2 that day? Like, what just happened?
I couldn't even take a nap. My phone was exploding.
Yeah, my phone was going
crazy. We had to turn off the phone so it doesn't overload. It was people were up in arms.
Yeah.
I think day 2 there was a what was it? They did a forum to where people was I can't remember the name. Words are
I know you're
avoiding me now.
Yeah, I know you're talking about it.
Yeah, but like sign this petition to get a manuscript unbanned. I'm like, who do you believe is gonna listen to this? Like,
get the pitchforks out.
Like, come on, man.
I saw 8th place Dave, or one of the YouTubers. He was burning his Jewel Lotus on a video. I was like, guys, it's okay.
It's not okay, bro.
Burning your cardboard.
Listen, there was a ritual where a friend of mine played Modern, and he played Tron, and every SCG tournament he would buy a blood moon, rip it in half, and put it in his back pocket.
There's no way.
That was his ritual, so he didn't see blood moons in the tournament. I'm like, it's serious.
Did he throw it on the ground, do a dance around it? You know, people want rain. You know, he did the rain dance.
Whatever he needed to do to not see that matchup, he would have done. It was crazy.
Oh, he's like a baseball player with the rabbit foot.
Yes, exactly.
Wears the same smelly socks for 3 months. Get out of here, bro. Get out of my smell. We're trying to play fast.
This is the underwear I wear when I won the tournament. I have to wear my lucky underwear. Don't you judge me.
Are you going to the Boil too?
I am not sure.
Okay, if you are, I'm gonna buy a blood moon and I'm gonna have you sign it, and I'm gonna rip it and put it in my pocket for the tournament.
Nice.
So if I win or lose, it's on you.
It's on me. You're right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's so funny. All right, so but one more thing about the banning. So what do you think? How do you feel with Dockside? Do you think Dockside was the modern day Flash? Did you do you really think we couldn't have moved on with Dockside in the format? Like, I know you touched on it a little bit earlier. Like,
I think we could have. I don't know. I enjoy that it's gone because there's so many things that are like available now. Like since Dockside got banned, I think Blood Moon effects are now playable again.
Way better, yeah.
Blood Moon effects, back to basics.
I think green.
I was just even found out about Winter Moon. Yeah. Like, how busted is that card?
Yeah, I think stacks are now a thing, right? Urza is a little back. Maybe some Sithis is back. Green is now really good.
Yes, I think I think Urza now comes back because things that what failed to Urza was just they played so many rocks. The minute someone sandbag that Dockside, they just lose.
Yeah.
There's so many decks that just weren't playable that are just now playable, which is just cool. I definitely enjoy that. Could we have continued with Darkseid? I'm going to say yes because we did it for so long, anyways.
Yeah. Well, I feel like, there's 4 or 5 decks before this band. It was Blue Farm, Sisay, Rogsai, Nadu, and Kennen. Those were like the decks. And 2 of them
Right,
didn't play Dockside, right? Like,
right.
we were fine, right? Like,
That's what
I
I was saying. Yeah.
I definitely want to touch on Blue Farm a little bit. That was since I've been playing CDH for 3 years, that's been the best deck for 3 years, right? This is the biggest
Yes.
boon on this deck. Like, I think the deck is still really good, but it might not be the best deck anymore. And I think that's actually nice. That's a good,
That's. Is it
fresh air.
refreshing?
Yeah, I think
I,
so.
d- I- a lot of people are saying that. A lot of people are
Dude,
saying
30% of every
TN.
tournament was a Blue Farm. Like, ugh,
That's true.
ugh.
Everybody's saying TNT is now going to be the new TNK, and I don't see it.
That was my next question. Well, what do you
I
think?
don't. I don't think so. I think TNK still has its step. I think
Hmm,
okay, they lose. Okay, the turn 2, turn 1 crumbs. All right, cool. Those won't happen as often as we see.
yeah,
People might not cast their crumbs anymore,
that's okay.
but I that's okay.
That's
But I still think they still have their 8 draw engines.
okay. Mm-hmm.
They still have
Smothering Top.
their multiple pivots.
Mm-hmm.
They just now need to play the game differently.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go dark side, make 8, do intuition all in one go. You can't do that anymore.
Right,
You
right.
can't do the intuition line. No, you need to plan ahead. You need to play the intuition this turn. You know, to make sure you can
Mhm.
do the other thing this turn, and you gotta plan out your turns a little more. And
Yeah,
I think now we're just gonna see a little more skill to play Magic, and I'm okay with that.
yeah. Maybe Blue Farm's more control. Maybe they cut the Adnos and lean more Timna strategies, right? And
Nah, I know still you can't. Nah, come on now. I know 5 mana draw instant draw
it's
cards.
you got to have a
Can't
lot of
cut
mana
those.
after that, and it has to be instant speed now. I don't.
No, no, don't do it main phase. Do it end step.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think.
Yeah,
I think the main phase Adnos is gone, and that's what that deck it was really good at because it was Dockside for 7. You know,
yeah,
snap
no,
my
you're
Dockside,
absolutely right.
Dockside, grant abolisher, uncounterable, Cavernous Souls, and win the game. Right after Adnos. Right, but now I feel like it has to be instant speed. So maybe decks like that lean more against the control. But I mean, you're right. That was my another question? Is red dead? And I don't think it is. I think Unreal Breach
No,
is
not
still the
even.
best combo. I
Yeah,
Yeah. What do you
absolutely.
think?
No, red is not dead. As long as you have Underworld Breach, you can't be dead. It is not as strong as it used to be because it lost Darkseid, but
Mhm.
Breach is still the best thing to do. Like
Yeah.
there was a conversation that was someone was saying, do we now cut Breach because it's so much mana to
No.
do all the Breach lines? I'm like,
No way.
no. What? No.
They've never
You
won
still
with
have
Breach
lines.
before. It's gamble. I didn't discard my Breach. I win the game.
Yeah, exactly. Like
I'll cast the
it's
gamble. LED.
I mean, if you no, it doesn't matter that okay, maybe you could have count, maybe you could have do 1, 2, 3, 4 enough on your hand. No, you can't count, and you didn't realize you didn't have as much mana because you don't have dark side to fix your problems. I mean, sorry about basic math for you, but
Yeah.
you'll get there.
I didn't think I was gonna agree with you. I agree on everything you said. So far, everything you said, I'm like, guys, what are you talking? Blue Farm's still good.
Yeah, no, blue
It's
farm is still good. No, green has a chance. Hear me out. Suppose they didn't ban JLo but ban OBM. How would you
oh,
feel?
that for me, I've always felt for a long time now. Ristic Study is the most powerful card in this format. Maybe not now, but before. And then Orcish Bowmaster was the most bannable card. Now I feel like everything's shifted and we have no idea. I don't think Ristic Study is the best card now because Mana Crypt.
Ooh, okay.
Blue Farm turn 1, Ristic Study. The Blue Farm player was probably winning the game.
Any deck that went turn 1 Ristic Study had a high chance to win.
Okay.
Turn 1 Ristic Study win games.
Yeah, you got me there.
Like no matter what the deck, you could be the most French deck known to man.
Mhm.
If you go turn 1 Ristic Study, no one respected it, and it was there for 2 turns. If you can't win the game, put the deck in the trash.
Mhm.
Simple as that.
Mhm. Mhm.
If you draw 12 cards in CDH and cannot win the game, dump the deck.
There's another problem.
Yeah, there's not.
I
It's
got
not.
you.
It's the deck.
Yeah.
I promise you, it's the deck.
Yeah. I've been there. I'd rather lose because it was me and I punted than the deck, because that is
Yeah,
the worst feeling in a tournament. It's like, oh, I just don't. I'm just discarding the hand size, and I don't have it, and I can't explode, and it's like, ugh, right? so so now I feel like, when you build decks now, I don't know how you felt, but for me, I had 9 decks, and then 7 of them were dead, or not dead, but 7 of them got hit with the ban. So now I have Rogsai and Zur, and that's all I have right now. So now I have to rebuild. So I really felt like you need a good reason not to play red, right? A week ago,
okay,
right? That's
right,
how I felt.
okay.
Now, with that being said, do you think there's as many decks that are on now than that died, like Corvo? Do you think now all these crazy Sans red decks are really good now? Like, what do you think the new like meta buster is? Is Kennen
I
just
think
the deck to beat?
I think Hidden got really spiked up due to the dark side banning.
Dude,
Um,
dude, Kennen.
like yeah, they lost mana crit, but now they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
Before I answer that question, how do you feel about all the clones going away?
Well,
Do you think we still play clones?
so I have 2 things on that. One thing is I am a dedicated Gyruda pilot, and I threw my Gyruda deck at the wall after the bannings. So I was a little upset about that. Second thing, I feel like clones are probably dead, but I think everybody should at least play Phyrexian Metamorph because of the One Ring,
Okay,
and that card is really, 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 really good. But that being
One Ring
said,
got better now.
yeah,
Yeah,
I really don't think Snap or Flesh Duplicate and Phantasmal Image and the new one mana blue one. I don't
Mockingbird.
think you play 2, 3, 4 clones anymore. But again, I'm not a seasoned vet like you. What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know. I think there's still good enough things to clone, but it's just not dark side. Now you maybe can clone a Kinnan. Maybe you want to
Mm.
clone a Timna. Maybe you want to clone a, I don't know, an Esper Sentinel. I don't know. I really don't know. I think Mockingbird is still good though.
Oh,
Just having a flying whatever in a
Intimidator.
Timna
In a
deck.
Timid deck.
Yeah,
I agree.
yeah, I still you still play Mockingbird, but I agree with you. I don't think you're as deep as Imposter Mech, Phantasmal Image, Flesh Duplicate. I don't think when you need 4 clones in the deck
Yeah.
anymore.
But like what you said earlier, the best thing about this is we don't know. The meta
We don't
the
know, right?
meta just flipped. It wasn't like ban dockside move forward. The whole meta just no one can be like, you know what, this and this is gonna happen. Nobody knows. I've played
Nobody
5 games
knows.
in this meta and I still have no clue. I don't know if it's gonna be stacks. I don't know if it's gonna be this. I don't know if it's gonna be that. So I don't know, but I'm fucking excited, dude. Like, to be honest with
I
you,
am too.
I have 5 weeks until the biggest CDH tournament ever, and I have no idea what I'm gonna bring. I'm terrified, but I'm fucking excited to brew. I'm excited to play. I've played more this week than I have in probably 6 months on Spell Table.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
Yeah.
No, a lot of people are terrified, but I think at the same time, if you like brewing, if you like to tinker, if you like to figure out what is next,
Mhm.
like the most difficult thing for deck building is getting those last 3 to 5 cards in your deck.
Mhm.
Cutting down the cards to 100 card deck. Try to get everything lean enough, get all your pet cards or whatever is in it in that deck. That's the most, to me, the most fun thing to do in deck building. You
Yeah.
start with
Yeah.
150 cards. You have your deck together, however you want to build a deck. If you want to build from commander down or from win condition down, and I build decks in sections. So I mean, it just depends on what you want to do and how you want to go about it. And I think is it's great. I'm I am here for all the stacks players who want to try stacks again.
No.
I will say this with warning though. People out there in the world do enjoy playing magic. And if you tell someone no, they cannot play Magic, they will be angry with you.
100%.
There's two things I have learned in Magic. People hate Storm because they have to watch you dirtle.
Yep.
And they don't get to play Magic, and people hate Stacks because they don't get to play Magic the way they want to. And people will throw games to not let the Stack player win.
Even in the tournament setting?
Even people are petty.
In land destruction. Oh, don't touch someone's land. Oh,
don't touch someone's land. Those are the sacred things. Do not match land destruction.
I've seen somebody pack negation my blood moon with Godo. Pack negation with 3 mana up, and he just looked at me, and I was like, okay.
I'm telling you, it's that serious. They're like, oh, did you know that guy had win over there? You're not allowing me to play Magic. Mm-hmm. Here, I will gladly throw this game. But no one will do that for the ad nauseum. It's just some things that people truthfully just dislike. And you can't get angry about it. You just can't.
Can we talk about that just a little bit? I know we're getting a little off topic. I want to talk about the meta, but how come people don't counter Necropotence and then it resolves and then they Necro for 10, they pass, and then someone counters like a Rhystic Study or an Ad Naus after that? And I'm like, fucking Necropotence is a win! How do you fucking
there's a difference.
Necro for 10 and high five them and then counter my fucking Mystic Remora? You piece of shit. Well, I don't think he has it. He has to do this. He has to do that.
is the difference between losing? I don't know. I feel like people prefer to lose now than lose later. It's like the Seaborn Muse thing, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to play a Seaborn Muse. Mm-hmm. And I promise you, the whole table will agree that you cannot untap with that Seaborn Muse. Mm-hmm. We do not care what the other player is going to do.
He can win. We don't care. He can win.
He can just win. But we're going to dump everything to make sure this Seaborn Muse is not going to untap. Granted, the Seaborn Muse is not winning right now. Mm. It will win 3 turns later.
Yeah.
But people were like, no, it's going to win. It's going to eventually win. But they're like, but I can play police. I can stop everybody's winning him if you just give me the Seaborn.
I'm the problem later, maybe on my next turn, but I'm not the problem now. Let me stop this guy first, is what you're saying.
Yep. No, that's the thing. People just prefer to go, oh, ad nauseum? Man, I don't have it. You got it, bro. We can scoop up and go to the next game versus, oh, Seaborn Muse? No, I have to watch you activate Thrasios. Okay, no, you need to spend the next 10 seconds looking at the same card, looking back at your hand, look at the same card again. All right, bottom it. All right, okay, reveal this card. I know I have to watch you take these game actions for the next 10 minutes. No, kill me now, please. Don't. I prefer to just go.
For the love of God, don't cast Training Grounds, please. I'll scoop to Training Grounds.
Just please. I don't want to suffer anymore.
Oh, that's so funny.
I guess that's what I think. That's how I feel.
No, I agree with you. I was at Salt Fest last, I believe it was April or February, and the guy, Kennen, was winning, right? But the guy had interaction. So he had a Seaborn Muse and he had a Hullbreaker Horror. Right?
Oh my.
Right? He just resolved a Hullbreaker Horror. He's about to do the loop. He goes, in response, Swords Posture of the Seaborn Muse. And I was like, what? Oh, you're kidding, right? Like, this is a joke? Hold on. And he's like, no. Seaborn Muse is the best card in that deck. And I was like, what?
But that's not what's winning right now.
I was like, he's winning, though. Can we take it off? And the other guy didn't know what I was doing. I think he's playing, like, Najila, and he didn't even know how to play Najila. I was like, it's okay that you don't understand. I'm not ragging you for that. But I'm letting you know he wins with the Hullbreaker Horror. This is how he wins. And the other guy's like, well, does it resolve? And I'm like, hold on. I'm trying to explain to him what's going on. And he said, no. Seaborn Muse for sure. And he goes, okay, cool. Soul Ring, Mana Crypt, Infinite Mana, Thrasios. And he was like, well, how does Thrasios work? I was like, yeah, we pick up our cards. That's how that works. Well, I didn't know. I fucking told you. What do you mean you didn't know?
No, listen, especially in tournament settings. They're like,
I know.
They always think you're the bad guy and you have some other agenda. But
Mhm.
they're like, no, I'm just trying to help you, sir.
Yeah, but it's all
So
right.
we can continue playing the game. That's all we're trying to do.
Yeah, I digress though. Like I'm not the best player in the world, right? I've definitely I've punted a couple times. People are like, well, why'd you feed them 4 cards? Because I was winning, and then they countered it. They countered the last thing, and then now they won. I'm sorry I fed them 4 cards, but this is my, you
No,
know,
you don't apologize. That's not my. It's not my fault. He played the Ristic study. I had a win.
the
And then you counter my win knowing he had a Ristic study. That's on you, bro. That's not on me.
yeah, or like the famous. Yeah, your defense grid resolves, Grixis player, and I'm like, sweet, my defense grid resolves. Okay, do this, and they channel something like channel Bezeju, kill my breach, and now I have to pass with the defense grid, and they look at me, and I'm like, my bad. Sorry for trying to fucking win. And they're like, why would you play that card? Because I was winning. What do you mean, why would I play this card?
Why did you say it's the grid, bro?
Fuck. Yeah, that's what I said. Oh, that's so funny. So your opinion, it's already been 40 minutes. That's so funny. So in your opinion, going forward, what's the meta look like? Is it just like green? Is it stacks? Is it control? I,
I really don't know. I think here's what I think.
hit
I
me.
think TNK stays where it is.
Mhm.
I think TNT jumps up past Sisse. I think Kinnan takes over Nadu's spot. And we have to wait on to see how the rest of the format falls in.
Okay.
That's what I believe. I believe there will be a lot of brewing. I think we might see a little tick up in some stacks. I don't know if the stacks is going to be Winota based. I don't know if the stacks is going to be Blood Pod based or Urza based.
Mm.
But there will be a stacks competitor somewhere.
Mm.
It might be Razakets, it might be Protein Hulk, it might be some variant of TNT Shell. But I think that is what the meta will be. People need to remember how to play against Kinnan again because I think Kinnan is going to be very strong
Yep.
without the lack of dark side to punish it.
Yep.
I do believe that.
I think the scariest part about Kennen is we already see the writing on the wall, and there's nothing we can do about it. He has a spell
Right.
skite out, he has a tide spout, he has a void winnower, and we're all just looking at each other, and we all take our turns, and we know we die, and it's just that powerful. And I agree with you. I don't think Kennen gives a shit about Jewel Lotus or Mana Crypt.
No.
Okay, now I have 16 rocks in my deck. Now,
Yeah.
now the dorks got better. Maybe he leans more on dorks. I think even though Bowmasters is really good, I think dorks are just fucking insane now.
I know, but one thing I did not touch on was one deck that I think did not lose speed, but it still lost speed. Rogsai. I think Rog lost some speed with the dark side mana crypt gone.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have those degenerate turn one wins anymore. You don't have Land Jessica's will hit the nuts, magic breach, all of that. You don't have that consistent nutty hands, but you still have them. Yeah, but I still think for speed wise, Rockside did a job a turn. I still think it's consistent, still goes burr.
Okay.
And
I think
because of the lack of mana crypt and JLo, there's now a less chance of those turn one Fierce of Wills, Fierce Guardianship.
Yeah.
From like the Malcolms and the Sissy and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
Those are now offline. So I think people now either need to respect Rockside more and actually mount the interaction, or they're just dying naturally to turn to it's been happening.
Yeah, I would like to, I want my guests to speak for sure, but on this particular, that's the deck I've been grinding. I've played 5 games of Rogsai. I've won 2 of them, and other 2 I was one I consoled for a breach and just got away, or I was 1 mana away or 1 card short for my breach. But the deck still feels really strong. I've only played 5 games, right? And it wasn't tournament games. but it was against good players, and they did try their hardest. And the deck is still good. I think it's still top 5. But when people say Roxai didn't get hit, I think that's crazy. I think there's no early main phase ad nauseums anymore in that deck unless you have a lot of mana extra. I think it's instep ad naus, and I think it's necro for 10-15 in the early game. Like I
Right.
can just tell you my turn one, the nuts, right? I top deck a Git Probe. I go land, Imperial Seal, Jitaxian Probe, Lotus Petal, Dark Ritual, Necropotence for 20. That was my turn one going second. So next one I go, okay, land Necro for like 10 or 12 or whatever that is, and I won with Born Upon a Wind. And that was turn 2. And all there was in play was like a Lotus Petal, a rock, and like a couple lands. And the 2 control players just looked at me. Oh yeah, you got it here, turn 2. And I was like, all right, cool. Rocksai's still good. But that's the
That's it.
nuts, like you said. That is the nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. But yeah, I think Roxai is still very good, and that's the deck I'm gonna be fucking with a lot. But let's talk about like the other fringier decks that are good, like Tameshi. Tameshi seems like it's a good winner, right?
Uh, it's I guess the measure is good, right? I think the loss of JLo probably kind of hit Tameshi a little bit, but no, you're right. I didn't think about Tameshi.
I think Tameshi, Kennen, I think those are going to be yeah, but I agree with you. I think it's a Kennen format now, but I'm glad you said that. I really think I need someone to show me that TNK is not the best deck. Because that's the best
Yeah.
thing TNK was good at is, hey, I have my card quality is so high, I can adjust anything. When Orcish Bowmaster got printed, it was like, oh, sweet. This is really good against TNK. And then TNK goes, no, I play one too. And he goes, oh, shit. Uh-oh.
Yeah. And I think the lack of clones might help that too, because
Mhm.
no, because the thing is everyone had a clone. So it's like, oh, you play a bowmaster, or I play a bowmaster, kill your bowmaster. Okay, I play another clone to clone your bowmaster, kill your bowmaster.
Yeah.
Or there's no bowmaster on the battlefield. Alrighty, here we go. Good game. But I think no, you don't. Now people are kind of changing the bills a little bit. I don't
Mhm.
know. I don't know. I'm as we said before. I am definitely excited to see what's down the road.
Yeah, what are you brewing if you don't mind saying? Like what you got
I have I have been playing and losing a fair share of games on Tim Natana. Cause
Blood
the
pot.
minute I saw the band, my mind went to Blood Moon, and I'm like, I love this card. I'm a prison player in 60 card formats. To I'm a mono red prison. I don't like people having fun, and
At least you admit it.
I hey, I'm not. I know what I enjoy. I know what I enjoy,
I
and
I'm proud of you.
and I was like, okay, is Blood Pod still? Let's go back. I had a 2016 Blood Pod deck with like Inferno Titan,
Ooh,
Sun
come
Titan,
on.
and
Yes.
yeah, I'm like, okay, maybe the Titans might be a little pushing it in this better,
Sun
but
Titan, I love
I
it.
I want to see if this is still viable, right? And I want to play Bursting Pod. I want to play Protein Hulk. I want to do the thing, and I want to land these definite silence and my collector ooze and my Karn, and
Mhm,
I want to see if slowing down the game
mhm,
matters, and it did. You land these pieces, and if it didn't get countered, they just stay for the rest of the game.
mhm.
And it's just wild. It's just wild to see that.
Interesting.
It's interesting. That's what I thought too.
That's very
That was
interesting.
kind of. It was more of an experiment for me. It was like, are people still playing removal? Because when I was playing Rogue Thrasios, um, that deck does fold to any slight breeze
Mhm,
that you blow in its direction,
mhm.
and it was just interaction. Does any form of removal, the deck falls apart.
Yep.
So I'm like, okay, I'm now playing another creature combo deck. Let's see if I go Collector Oof in the Blood Moon. How do you play the game? What do you do?
High five.
that's
Rockseye's
that's
like,
pretty
I'm
much what
out.
it is. That's pretty much what it is. If they don't have the interaction, And when I go Blood Moon, they don't have the interaction for the collector oof. They just sit there
Mhm.
and they have no answer for it. And I'm like, this is, I know they need to figure out and work as a team to get out from under the stacks.
Mhm.
Now I need to use the time I have bought to put my game plan online to try to win the game.
Mhm.
But that, so it's like that's kind of where I am headed to see what people are doing. Are we putting board wipes back in our deck? People were cutting toxic deluge, people were cutting cyclonic rift, people were cutting
Oh.
bounce spells. And because the meta was I want to go as fast as Rock does.
Mhm. Mhm.
So I want to mimic whatever Rock side's doing.
Yeah.
And you can't. You truthfully just cannot because you just don't have the same speed of how that deck is built.
Mhm.
So people still have those cards in their deck and now are getting punished by the people who are willing to play the stack
Right.
pieces.
I think there's 2 decks that are as fast as Rockside, but they're not even close. Like Crick, I think Crick is dead now. And then I played Rog Tevish, and Rog Tevish is dead now, and it didn't have the blue. Right. That's
And then I right.
well, and Tevish is dead now. So it's like that backup gun pan sucks. So
I'm sad to hear that Rock Tevish is there. Were you playing Rock Tevish Nas?
yeah. I played every Tevish deck you could think of. Tevish Tana, Tevish Thassios, you name it.
Did you were you a believer in the Rock Tevish stacks?
Uh I never played it. I did sleeve it up. I never had a chance to play it, but I love my Rog, right? I love speed. That's my thing. That's why I'm Rog side right now. But every time I would put a win on the stack turn 2, it would all right, miscast, you lose. All right. Right. So Rog side's just better in every way.
That's fair.
But
That's,
anyways, I'm gonna talk about we got about 10 minutes or so. I would love to get so this podcast, you're not aware, but this podcast I made it for my friends and people that are like, hey man, I have high power decks. I want to get into CDH. Hey man, I want to start playing tournaments. I want to grind tournaments. Since you're a seasoned veteran in the CDH game, is there any advice you have for newer players getting into CDH and newer players getting into the meta? I ask everybody this, like getting into starting tournament grind. Is there any advice for them you would have?
is there any advice I have? I want to say play the deck you enjoy because that's the best experience you're going to get in a tournament.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're a competitive person, do your homework. See what the best decks are. If you're playing to win and not playing to have fun,
Mm-hmm.
do your homework. See what the best decks are. And then when you realize what the best decks are, build it, get a few reps on it, and then tune it to your playstyle. I never believe that you take a deck and play it how the 100 cards are. You play the deck first, how you saw it,
Mm-hmm.
and how the person who brought it first played it. See why they build the deck that way. Then, whenever you see it, then you make the changes that more goes towards your style
Yeah.
if you enjoy it. I think that is what I would say. But if you're just playing for fun, you don't care about winning and losing, pick a deck you enjoy. I would always say a minimum 25 games of the deck to find to know the basics of the deck. If you're playing Magic for a long while, it doesn't take you long to see what makes this deck work. But if you want to become at least efficient in the deck, you need a couple reps on it.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that is my go-to.
Okay, yeah, I like that. A couple people have said that, and I appreciate that. Like for me, I'm on Rog side now, right? Tevish Kram is dead. I'm on Rog side. I have probably 10 games overall with it, but 5 games in the new meta, and I feel like I've been playing CDH for 3 years, and I am a good pilot, but I don't think I have no idea what I'm doing. I still feel like I need another 10 games in before I think I grasp this deck. Yeah, I'm winning, but yeah, I'm still losing. And yeah, I could like if I have a like demonic tutor in my hand and I'm okay next turn, I don't know what I'm a demonic tutor for. I feel like you're kind of behind the 8 ball in that deck, right? So
Yeah.
so I totally agree. take a deck that you really enjoy playing, even though if it's not the best deck, play it and learn that deck and then go from there. So
Yep.
I probably agree with you almost everything you said so far. So that's about
Well,
all.
if
What were we saying?
no, I said the only thing is if you're hyper competitive, that might not work for you because then you're played to win. So just pick the best deck. That's not gonna give you what the feeling you're looking for, which is winning.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I tell people, hey man, I have all these French decks. I have this, I have that, I have this. But like, okay, now we're going to tournaments. We're playing to win. Like, I don't care if your grandma's in the hospital. I don't care if you don't feel good. Your wife's yelling at you. We're here to win and play to win. So I like that. So that's about all the time we have. I do want to ask you. We do share a Discord together, the top tier bangers.
Yep.
I want to play with you. I have to play with you. Maybe not tonight, but soon. I'd love to jam some games with you. So there's a little rumor you're saying off air. Is there anything crazy you wanna give us?
So I am in the works with a group of friends that is looking to start a online tournament. It'll be called the Demon Time.
The demon
Um,
time. That's cool.
so we're looking maybe sometime in November to have our first online tournament. The date is not set in stone yet, but
Mm-hmm.
we'll start pushing the advertisement and the media aspect in mid October. But if you're looking to get back into the online scenes and play some Magic, 5 round Magic in your pajamas, then look out for Demon Time. We'll be on
Dude,
Twitter, Facebook.
come on.
I'll be pushing. I'll be the hype man behind that organization, and
Yeah.
hopefully, hopefully you guys come out and support me. This is my first step into the actual tournament part of it. I've been
Mm-hmm.
behind the scenes for a while, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna throw my hat in the ring and see what's up.
Dude, I couldn't be more excited. I'm gonna put all your descriptions in here. Anything you want to send me, anything you want to promote, your Twitter, your YouTube channel, whatever you want to do, I'll put it in here. I a million percent support you, and I can speak for myself and
Appreciate
my
that.
friend group of 10 to 15 people. We're fucking excited. Instead of doing this, instead of doing that, and hanging out and doing that, and there's not much tournaments around here. We get a good tournament around here maybe every 3 months, right? If
Right.
someone like that can do a spell table once a month or once every whatever in our pajamas, dude, I'm fucking stoked. I don't know when I'm gonna post this. It might be next couple weeks, might be a month from now, but
Oh, that's perfectly fine. Maybe
yeah,
it will hit the time that I am also
yeah.
promoting it. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah,
we'll
yeah.
see.
It'll definitely be mid October, late October for
Yeah.
sure. But dude, that's awesome. I appreciate you sharing that with us. Couldn't be more excited. I gotta play some games with you. That's another podcast, the Doom of Fools podcast. Is there anything else you wanted to plug?
No, that's about it. I mean, you know where I'm at. I'm on Discord as Jashani. Twitter as the Jashani. Discord as Jamaican dude. I'm in most Discords. I'm with the Play with Power group.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm anywhere if you need some
Yeah.
coaching. A lot of people don't know what's happening with their decks. I can help you walk through most decks.
Okay.
Um, my go-to decks are normally anything Grixis X
Me too.
is my go-to. Is my bread and butter.
Okay.
Grixis
Maybe I
X.
might hit you up on that. Maybe we can work on
Yeah.
some rock side together.
Hell yeah.
Okay, cool. That I appreciate your time, man. You're really cool for doing this. I don't have a million
Thank you
subscribers.
for the invite.
Yeah, man, I don't have a million subscribers. I'm not that hot yet, but I still appreciate you've always give back to the community, and I appreciate. Hope you go to the boil. Hope I can meet you there. But that's another episode. Thanks, guys, for watching. Do all the stuff. Subscribe. Follow the Jamaican dude. Play some fucking magic. This is the Doom of Fools. Y'all have a good day. See ya.
Later.